Good morning and welcome to our Ageless Energy Show. Today I'm talking about Energized like a Jedi. And I thought it'd be fun to do a little theme this morning of May 4th because that's coming up. And if you are a fan at all, you know. Soon everyone's going to be saying or posting, May the 4th be with you. So we're going to jump on here a little bit early and talk about energizing because this is probably, well, this is at least the top three reasons. Usually it's energy, digestion is up there. Those are very closely linked. And then we have our hormone balancing. Those are the three main reasons women come to us. So if you're not sure who I am, my name is Drew Tadia, founder and CEO of True Form Life. For the past 20 years, we've been helping women 40 plus increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. So if that's you, you're in the right place. If that's not you, you're certainly welcome to hang out. But this is going to be directed more towards that demographic because that's who we work with. I'm going to set this up here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, we're going to dive in. I want to start off first with what is draining your energy. I think that's quite important because if you don't know the root of your issue or the root cause of what's causing your lack of energy, then we don't really know how to fix it, right? So I wrote down what I put down: two, four, six tips. Okay. Number one, all right, some of you are going to turn the camera off immediately. Too much caffeine leads to energy crashes, poor sleep, and hormone disruption. Very important for women in particular when you're drinking a pot of coffee a day. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your coffee. Let's be clear. There are things that you should be doing to counteract the effects of coffee if you are consuming coffee on a regular basis. And I like to look at, I'm not going to get into coffee too much because people get all upset. And it's not my, I don't want to focus on that today in particular. I just think there's clear steps that you can take, like caffeine as a diuretic. You can drink more water so you're hydrated, or you can take more electrolytes, right? Probably if you are drinking coffee all day throughout the day or every day, you might be a little bit dehydrated, which is causing other issues. So you may consider electrolytes like our liquid magnesium, for example, has magnesium and potassium, both electrolytes, something to consider. But you could also supplement. You know what? Coconut water is a great natural electrolyte. You can supplement with electrolytes, but at any rate, that's something to consider if you are a caffeine person, a caffeine driven person. Number two is energy drinks. That's a big one. I see so many people walking around with energy drinks, and I'm like, do you know what that's doing to you? So in most cases, it's marinated in toxins. It's has artificial coloring, flavoring, preservatives, uh, that kind of stuff. Like there's so many detriments to your health. Like gut bacteria is number one. Like it destroys your gut bacteria. Most energy drinks. Now there's better ones out there, and I feel like there's becoming more and more cleaner ones. But it's important to understand that those energy drinks usually give you a spike in energy and a crash. Anytime your blood sugar levels spike, they obviously crash. They don't go up and then stay up. So that's why you have energy spikes continually throughout the day, which certainly isn't a good thing. Like that's not real energy, and it's not sustainable energy, and it's causing issues in your life. And my next one is digital overstimulation, which is going on right now. Um, Politically, that's all you see, and maybe rightly so. Like that's obviously an important topic, but over digital stimulation is a real problem. It's a real addiction that's causing cortisol levels. When we talk about hormones, cortisol levels to increase, lack of results, and you can look at brain fatigue, and I'll talk about how you can help with brain health in particular today, but that's definitely a problem. Poor sleep hygiene, like if you look at your sleep schedule, it's probably all over the place. You don't have an evening routine, probably don't have a morning routine. You go to sleep at different times of night. That's causing a number of different issues like But think about stimulants, right? Stimulants like refined sugar, caffeine, nicotine, refined sugar, processed food, that kind of stuff is keeping you up at night. You probably don't know that you're consuming that kind of stuff because it's so normal. That's just your life. And you think that I don't have any energy because that's just how I am. But it's probably because of your actions or lack thereof. Skipping meals or heading to the pantry, like those cravings, heading to the pantry for chips, pop, cookies, etc., crackers. You got to avoid that. That's not doing you any good. But skipping meals in particular, like proper food, fuels your day, fuels your body. So if you're not getting the proper nutrients, the balanced macros that your body needs, it's probably one of the main reasons you're not getting enough. You don't have enough energy. And the last one I put is mental clutter. Part of the over digital stimulation is one, but stress is a huge one. I talked about that briefly. We don't have like a valve in our body to like reduce the stress. We have to actually take action. And most of us live such stressful lives that it's endless. Like are always dealing with stress at a high level, which leads to adrenal fatigue, foggy, like I wouldn't say, I don't think it's a syndrome, foggy brain syndrome. I think we just often have a foggy brain, and then we're like, hey, what's wrong with me? I can't focus and I have ADD, and it's just a nightmare. So let's jump in and see if we can figure out some ways to help you guys with. My comments don't always come up here well, so if there's any comments, my apologies for not answering. Okay, so those are ways that draining your energy. So if you're not, or understand you have to take a step back first, right? Take a step back to figure out why you're having lack of energy, and those are really good reasons why that's happening. So now when we get into what we can actually make a difference in the action steps, my first one here is your morning fuel to start your day. So I could look at, gosh, there's so many examples. I could look at people in the gym in the morning. I could look at people in the elevator, people driving to work. Most of the time, I see people that are uninspired. Their lack of energy. They're quite miserable. They they just look lifeless, like waking up and dragging themselves to work for another day at a job they can't stand. Like it's just a terrible, vicious cycle to live in. So the first thing is understanding that if you fuel your body properly in the morning, you're going to have more energy. There's no other way about it. It wouldn't be possible to not have more energy if you fuel your body properly. So most of the time when someone messages me and they say, hey, I'm really low in energy, I think I need some energy. What is that? Like the infusion or whatever. And I'm like, are you having breakfast? And they're like, not really. Are you exercising or moving your body in the morning? No. I'm like, all right, well, we can start there. That'd be a good place to start. But often we either skip breakfast altogether or we have some type of pastry, sugary, caffeinated type of concoction, I'm talking about a muffin or some type of pastry and a coffee, and that's what we consider a breakfast to start our day. And then we can't figure out why we're so miserable starting the day. Um, I really like the balance of fats for energy and protein, well, for a number of different benefits. But if you were to consider waking up, so let's say for example, like I mentioned this, here's my morning shake. So in here I have 25 grams of protein, plant-based vanilla protein. It's all the ingredients are fermented, organic, and or sprouted. It's actually good for digestion as opposed to most other supplements. So I have a 25 grams of protein. So that's just the start. From there, I put in 11 grams of organic collagen. So there, right at the beginning, I get a natural boost of energy that's helping my digestion. And anytime you improve your digestion, you're actually giving your body more. Um, you're giving your body more energy because what happens is our digestion, the digestive tract is working so hard to figure out what foods you're putting in your body. Your food combinations are out of whack. There's too much of this, not enough of that. So your digestive tract is trying to figure all this out. And then on top of that, you're putting energy drinks in there or refined sugar that's destroying your gut bacteria and it doesn't know how to digest it, can't absorb it. So then we have leaky gut syndrome. It's a whole mess, right? And this is what we work through with our clients when they start working with us, and we remove the menno belly, and they start to feel energized, and then we just move from there. They drop inches, increase their metabolism, burn body fat, etc. But what I'm trying to teach you today is this lack of energy is one giant vicious holistic cycle that we are participating in on a regular basis. So by not fueling your body properly in the morning, you're lacking the nutrients your body needs to be energized. So protein and collagen, those are two staples that I would suggest first thing. Then if you want to level that up, you could look at a maca, which I'll talk about here in another section. Maca is great for hormone regulation, it's great for natural energy boosting, and it's also an adaptogen. Okay, and then take it to the next level is a healthy fat. So fats you use as energy. So a healthy fat like a C8, like ours, we have an organic 100% C8 MCT oil. So that would be a great combination to start your day energized, fueled, hormone balanced. You're ready to rock. And we talk to women particularly, but that doesn't mean that men don't need their hormones balanced as well. So okay, so that's how to fuel your body first thing in the morning. Now, if it's not through supplementation, you need to have some type of balanced breakfast. It could be well, I'm not going to get into that actually. I got to keep moving on here because I'm only on tip number one. But a well balanced, macro balanced meal first thing in the morning is essential to get you going in the right direction. So that's fuel. Number two is moving your body. So I would suggest some type of resistance training first thing in the morning. And the earlier you're able to get your body moving, the better you're going to feel and the more energized you're going to be throughout the day. Now, there's different types of workouts. For women 40 plus, I'm not recommending a CrossFit workout. That's just my opinion. I'm not recommending Olympic lifts, deadlifts, trying to work out so hard your head is hanging over the garbage can. We train very differently, very specifically for this age group, and it's to actually help you feel energized, to protect your joints, to burn body fat, to fuel your body. So many times you may go, maybe in the past you've gone through a workout and you worked out so hard, you've actually increased your cortisol levels and you've unbalanced your hormones and you feel miserable after a workout and you don't want to work out anymore. That's very different than what I'm talking about. So resistance training workout is number one. And that's important in particular for women 40 plus because you need to resistance training to build muscle mass because you're losing muscle mass at a rapid pace. So without protein, without resistance training, your body continues to lose muscle mass as you age. That's just how the body works. Don't shoot the messenger. That's not my opinion, or that's not even what I would prefer. That's just how it goes. So moving your body. So if you're not going to resistance training, you could do a light cardio, whether if you have a cardio machine at home, if the weather's turning nice like it is right now, you can go outside for a walk, you can jog. There's a number of different things you can do. Go for a bike ride. But moving your body is a great way to gain energy. And I feel like that is probably the number one next to food, or number one benefit that I see people not doing that would instantly give them a boost of energy. It's the thing, but the thing is like people just don't want to. Like I don't want to exercise in the morning. So then I would say then you probably don't want energy throughout the day, right? Your actions have to equal your reality. Okay, so those are two tips. The next one is if we could consider balancing hormones all day instead of just when we're in the evening when we have hot flashes, for example, or when we're extra moody, or you feel those particular symptoms come on from, let's just say, menopause. That's going to be like just having that mindset because there's action steps that you can take on a regular basis to balance hormones and understanding like what cycle you may be in. This is stuff that we talk about more directly on the back end of our program. But there, like for example, if you use an adaptogen like a maca, that's going to help balance your hormones. If you improve your gut bacteria by having fermented foods, for example, that's going to help balance your hormones. That's also going to improve your digestion, give you more energy. There's a lot more benefits um, to balancing your hormones. It's not just specifically. So, like a lot of times, women will come to us and they say, I haven't been able to lose weight for years, but I'm also going through menopause, so that makes my symptoms even worse and my situation more miserable because I don't know what to do in either regard. So, once we start balancing hormones, then you can put your body in a fat burning stage by increasing your metabolism. You start to burn body fat, dropping inches, and changing clothes size. That's pretty much how it goes. um, Routines, I'm a big fan of routines because if we start to, like, we are creatures of habit. So you probably sit at the same chair at the breakfast table, even though it's not assigned to you. You probably sit on the same side of the couch or the same chair when you're watching TV in the evening. You sleep on the same side of the bed. Like, most of that stuff is pretty universal. You may mix things up once in a while, but so we are creatures of habit. So if you could stack habits and start to create habits in your life, like creating routines, life would be so much easier, or staying on track with this type of stuff. So let's say, for example, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, let's say for example, you start creating an evening routine that will set your morning up for success. So maybe you start to make your supplements that night before, and you lay your workout clothes and work clothes out the night before. Maybe you pack your bag, whether that's a work bag or a gym bag, whatever that is, the night before. So when you wake up, that stuff is already prepared. It's not like a mad scramble where you're running around the house trying to pick everything up, trying to pack and then run off to wherever you need to go, whether that's work for a meeting or trying to get an extra walk in, you want to take the dog out, whatever it is if that stuff is prepped and planned ahead of time and that becomes a routine, you'll be much more better off in the future. Then we don't say far less people are drained or they haven't slept well because they're panicked and rushed in the morning. And then you start to naturally wake up, which is a whole nother ball game at specific times, which I'll talk about in the future. Maybe a specific sleep training or show. So then we move to the morning, and I would also suggest you having a proper morning routine. So if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have workouts at specific times. That's when you should be doing your workouts. On Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, maybe you have specific stretching routines or mobility or cardio types of days, like whatever that is for exercise that needs to be planned out in advance. And it's the same thing, like you should be having your breakfast at the same time. You should leave for work at the same time. I know that could be more challenging depending on your life situation, whether that's kids or family members, spouses, whatever that looks like. But creating a morning routine that fits your lifestyle, that's set up for success, will make a huge difference in your life. So that's gonna wrap things up. That's all I have. We burned through that pretty quickly, I think. And so what we're gonna do today for our gain energy like a Jedi for the May 4th, we're going to do a energy bundle for you. So it's 25% off. So we have our brain fuel, which is our C8 MCT oil. We have our maca. This is organic maca, one single ingredient. You don't have to worry about ginseng in there. I get that from some people. And then we have our spirulina tabs, which I didn't talk about too much today, but they're great for energy. Many times we're not getting our greens in the morning. We're not getting fiber. We're not getting antioxidants. These are jam-packed with protein. They're a really nice energy boost, and we have them every morning as part of our morning routine. I also take them in the afternoon as well to help give me a natural boost of energy in the early afternoon. But we have 25% off for these three products for this bundle. If you want the discount code, comment below and we'll send it your way. This is going to be for limited supply and a limited time. So if what we've allocated for this discount or this promo lasts until May 4th, that will be the last day this is available. So you guys can comment below if you're interested. If you're not, that's perfectly okay. I appreciate you guys jumping in regardless, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. All of our products and services, like our Metabolism Accelerator coaching program, and these products that I've listed and others can be found at trueformlife.com. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you again. Take care, everyone.